Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome. Going for a 2-hour flight today. 2 hour and 20 minutes from New Orleans to Key West for a party. Our drink on. Whatever else happens in Key West. Okay. Let's jump into this, shall we?
Lakefront Tower. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Kilo at runway 18, right, ready for departure. Departure to the south. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Kilo.
Ready for takeoff. Give it the beans. Go.
Lakefront Tower. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Kilo. Frequency change. Approach. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Kilo is type Beechcraft King Air. 2 miles north of Kilo 24 Mike Golf. 4700. Request flight following.
Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Kilo. Approach. Squawk 6162.
Squawk 6162. Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo.
Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo. Radar contact 2 miles northeast of Kilo 24 Mike Golf, 6400. Altimeter tree 012.
Roger. Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo. 127.0. Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo.
All right, we are cruising now. Wait. Wondering why it's not showing me any of the assistances. Could be in here. Why that was set, but it was. Okay. All is well on the home front. We're gonna get there in no time at this speed. 131 is the heading, supposedly. My altitude heading out was crazy high. Yo. Welcome. Wild. That is not at 6,400 feet. Key West. Out of New Orleans. New Orleans, two party places. Flying to Key West for some drinky poos. Gonna get hammered. Thinking go down to like 58. Maybe 55 would be good. I like to be in line with where they want, even though they said in here 6,400 feet. But we just went through this on your stream. What the hell do they know? Yeah, I don't know. I wish they would give you like an optimal flight level in here. They give you, you know, like how long you should be there and what degree, but no flight level. Kind of stupid. Supposed to be at 131 on degrees, but we'll see. Coming down about another 500. We'll see. I'll go a little bit further. I want to see the water. I want to see it coming. Do we get to see any oil rigs out here in the Gulf, or? Probably not. Hauling some serious ass, though. Damn, so what flight levels? That's only at like 3,000, 3,500 or something like that? Really low altitude. I guess the Keys are essentially at sea level. They're like 2 feet above sea level or something like that. Well, I know they have like oil rig platforms for the missions and stuff, but I don't know if like they spawn in just like as you're flying around, you know? Not entirely sure. We'll find out. I'm gonna get down there. I'll take it to 28 because I'm risky. Risk it for the biscuit, you know. $27, $6. Yeah, a lot of people, when they're flying over water, they're at a higher altitude. Almost What is that? 2,000 feet? That's crazy. Going super fast though. For this plane. Yeah, ATC in here said 6,400 feet, but this thing is super friggin' low. I know the heading is right at 131. I just want to see if I can get right into the box. Wow, that's... I bet it's 1,500. Something like that. I'll be clipping the top of the oil platforms. Yeah, that's 1,500. Wild. And once I get right down the middle of these, it should be 131 degrees. $129? Really? $28? $28 seems adequate. Somewhere around 28, 29. You can see the waves. Yeah, I think we're locked into it. Yeah, true that, man. These short days are brutal. Gotta love springtime, right? Spring and summer. Just cruising. See if we can get going anymore. Whee! I think 220, 223 is my max speed in this thing. I don't change the time in the sim as well. I plan on it one time to do a night flight. I want to see what that's like. I don't think I can. I don't think I can go any faster than 224, 225. I'm full beans on this thing. Right, yeah, I don't want to go at night every single time. But I do want to feel it. I haven't done it yet. But you know how in my previous stream the other day, my engine number 1 was running like 20 RPM lower? See how they're even this time? There had to have been something going on that I didn't notice. Cobbler, welcome. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I wish I knew why my engine number 1 was several RPM lower than where it should have been. Something was up with that. I enjoyed your farm simulator video there, Cobbler. Good stuff. Especially the intro. I'd never seen an intro to a video like that. I really enjoyed it, honestly. Speaking of farming simulator, I gotta get back to my farm probably tomorrow. I could only watch about half the episodes so far. I got distracted doing something else, and then I had to watch Prosperity's stream, and then I had to get ready for my stream, but I planned on finishing it a bit later. But that's cool that there's an outro like that. Neat stuff, man. You put some work into it. I like it. I think it's time you purchase some flight simulator. Yeah, I can tell you put some thought into your videos. I do know, because I watched this guy named Ants Pants on YouTube, and he's from Estonia, and he's got some of the rockiest soil I have ever seen. I don't know how they can farm that. Like, he can't even stick a shovel in the ground without hitting dirt, like fucking river rocks. Big ones, like the size of your head. Oh, you played with the ATC? Look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well, we're heading to Key West to get hammered or smashed or drunk or whatever you want to call it, and party it up for the birthday. at an extremely low altitude, seeing the waves and everything. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the happy birthdays. Much appreciated. I tried to play Steam Edition Flight Simulator X or something like that several years ago, and within 5 minutes I turned it off because it literally just like drops you in a plane and is like, there you go, good luck. And it's like, well, where's the tutorial? How do I fly? I don't even know how to turn the plane on, you know? Where this one, they actually put some thought into with the tutorial and stuff. So it's like, you know, I can probably play this. At least give me like a baseline and I can build off of that. Where that Steam Edition, it was awful. It was so discouraging. There's no trophy? I would have sworn there would be some kind of bailing trophy. I'll have to look at Steam and see if they have anything on there for it. I know sometimes there's minor small differences. I doubt there is one, but 1,000. That's wild, man. That's a lot of bales. Yeah, I gotta get back to my farm. I got my chickens and my goats. Gave him some grass and some wheat. But I need to either buy more land or expand the farm structures into the first field and then buy the next field out to push the whole farm out, because there's like no room to store stuff on that particular farm that I'm using. So that might be my next farm simulator stream, probably tomorrow. Expanding my farm out, getting some more structures on there for some more parking, creating another field, probably a secondary wheat field, just have one grass. Because that first field gave me enough bales to feed the goats for a while. About 50 of them. Yeah, this game is not cheap. I was really apprehensive about buying it because, you know, in my past with Steam Edition, it was just terrible. But it seemed like they put a lot more work into this one and made it a lot more user-friendly and new flyer-friendly. So I was like, you know what? I can at least get like $70 worth of enjoyment out of it. I guess it's worth it. But I've definitely got $70 worth of enjoyment out of this. I'd say if you're even thinking about it, I would probably pick it up. There's a Prosperity here plays it on PS5 instead of PC, so he would know about the console version. He enjoys it a lot, don't you? Oh, you got the super deluxe version? Of course you did. I had somebody tell me, you know, if you've never played it and you're just not sure, don't go overboard and buy the super deluxe version. Because you don't want to go and spend, you know, that much money on something that you probably won't enjoy. And I was like, that makes sense. So I just bought the base $70 one. They do offer an upgrade package, but it's another like $170, so or another $70, sorry. But it takes you to the super deluxe $150 version. So technically you save $10, I think it is, if you upgrade from the first one, which kind of doesn't make sense. That's what you should do. You'll save 10. Or at least it's that way on Steam. I don't know if it's that way on PlayStation Network. Well, you should pick it up for sure. Mr. Cobbles. Good times. Even if you have to save up for it, I think it would be worth it. I cannot go any faster. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna ever have it on a sale, and the reason why is because it's up to Microsoft and they never do sales. I had that thought too. I had it on my wish list for like 2 weeks, and then somebody had mentioned that to me. I was like, that's true. They're not gonna put it on sale. And if they do, you're gonna have to wait for like middle of summer for like their summer sale or something. Or at least that's when like the next Steam sale would happen. I just want them to add co-op. I can't believe it even came out on PlayStation being a Microsoft game. When I saw it on there, I thought I was seeing things. Like, what the crap? But at the same time, Xbox is kind of a thing of the past. If they want to turn your computer into an Xbox, why would you buy an Xbox? You know, like their whole business model like doesn't make sense anymore. Or at least Sony and the PlayStation, it has a point, and they're always cheaper than Xbox. I'm going as fast as I possibly can. I should have got the quad prop. Gave that a try. But if you're just tuning in, thanks for stopping by. Definitely appreciate you. Please hit that subscribe and like button. If you enjoy watching a noob trying to figure out how to fly different planes and crashing all the time, good stuff. I'm just trying to figure out autopilot in some different planes. That's entertaining and good fun. I have a feeling Microsoft, if they actually come out with the next Xbox, because I've heard different things, that AMD approached them as like, hey, we have a new chipset available for your next gen system or whatever, and they were like, we're not quite ready. If they do ever come out with something, and they try and make it like a computer, I don't see how that will help them in the long run. Because an actual PC is way more versatile and already has like the Xbox app, and you get Steam and like any other game launcher you could really use, you know, where Xbox it's locked in. So I don't know. I got mixed feelings. But then again, I've never been an Xbox fan ever. I've always been a Sony guy. I've, you know, from the PlayStation all the way to PlayStation 5. That's all I've ever played on. My brother had an Xbox one time and I hated it. The controller's all fat and uncomfortable. Even though I use one on PC. So, probably shouldn't say that, but I'm used to that now. you would think it would give more freedom, but you have to think, why would Microsoft, like, okay, if say they come out with the next Xbox and it has Windows 11 on it as like a subset desktop aside from the game or Xbox launcher thing, I don't see how they would allow you to install Steam or any other launcher on the Windows side. You know what I mean? Like, it would probably be like, this program is not compatible with this system or something like that. Especially since Sony, I have heard they are working on a PC launcher, like a PlayStation Network launcher program, so you'll be able to cross-buy games on PC and PlayStation Network together. So if they actually come out with that, and then Microsoft comes out with their system, are they really going to allow you to install the PlayStation launcher on an Xbox? I doubt it. They're going to lock it down somehow. This is all my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, correct me. But this is what I've heard. And then you have to ask yourself, if Microsoft is coming out with another Xbox, why are they now releasing Microsoft titles on PlayStation? Like Flight Simulator 2025 or 24. Aren't they supposed to be an Xbox only or a Windows only program? If they were so concerned about keeping their customer base locked into Xbox and that environment, why are they branching out? See, these are the questions I think, like, they're killing their own brand. There's no reason to buy an Xbox anymore. Just save up, build a PC, and then you can have a PS5 sitting by your TV. Yeah, see, Halo's coming to PlayStation. I heard that too. So it's like, just build a PC, save up a bunch of money, build a really kick-ass PC, install the PlayStation launcher when Sony releases that, install it on your computer, then you can cross-buy your PlayStation Network games on PC, or you can play Steam, or whatever platform a game you want. Because you already have an Xbox, you just built one. Right? I liked Halo. I actually bought that on Steam a couple years ago. I liked the first Halo, the original Halo Combat Evolved. That shit was great. I seriously hope Sony releases a launcher for PC and enables cross-buy like they've been talking about. I think it's a brilliant idea. Like, even if Sony was like, okay, instead of $70 for just a PlayStation 5 version of a game, you pay $80 for cross-buy, I'd be like, perfect, sold. Because if I'm at my computer and I don't want to move over to my TV, turn on my console, I can just play it right here. If I happen to be sitting on the sofa, the controller's in front of me, great. I can play it there too, and the save transfers over. All the information I was playing on PC is right there on my console. Perfect. It's the best thing they could ever do. I just don't see how Microsoft and Xbox can survive anymore. They've spent too long killing themselves. You know? Oh, halfway there. Oh, we're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Whoa. Sorry, I shouldn't sing. I'm terrible. Start a band. Oh, nobody wants to hear that. People walk in, we come out for the first song, and they immediately start chanting, refunds, refunds. What's that comedian that comes out and plays the piano and he does like ridiculous songs? Oh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Oh. He's funny. God, I can't think of his name. We would just be like that. Found what article? What article are you talking about? the Halo article or the PlayStation launcher article, or we've been discussing many a topic here so far. Okay, I'll check it out after I finish my flight. Or I can just click over there right now. Oh, the next Xbox. Put it in the news links. The nerd news down at the bottom there. Oh, what are you doing? Let's see if I can look at this while flying. Yeah, Forza and Gears of War, they're on PlayStation already. Here, I'll put it. I'll put it in the news links in case anybody wants to read that. But yeah, a renewed commitment to the Xbox. Like, what do you mean? Like, you destroyed the Xbox already. I don't think you can do anything. And I have this sneaking suspicion that they'll come out with the next Xbox or whatever, if they do come out with it eventually. And they'll push all this AI bullshit with it that nobody really cares about to have on a console. Like, I just want a fucking game, dude. Don't put this AI crap that I don't need when I just want to play some Halo or some Forza or some Gears, you know? But if you've already put those games on the PlayStation Network, what is the point? You no longer have exclusive titles. You've already pushed them out. And nobody cares what Nintendo does because they're their own... I don't even know what to call them. I see Nintendo as like the kids' platform. Like, my 7-year-old has a Switch. You know? Like, there's a bunch of Pokemons and whatever's, a bunch of cartoon games, some Mario, and that's about it. There's nothing great on Nintendo platform anymore. They do bring up the Valve, you know, if Steam builds that computer and prices it well, I can see that actually having an effect in the gaming world, in the gaming market. For people that can't afford to build a PC, the Steam machine or Steam box or whatever they're going to call that thing, I think it's just the Steam box, would be an excellent option. Yeah. And GTA 6 coming exclusively to PlayStation 6. for PlayStation 5 and all that. Like, what ground does Xbox have to stand on? Like, should they even be thinking about making a system? I think they should be focusing on Windows and making it not suck. Get rid of AI, fix Windows 11. If you have to come out with what you call Windows 12 to actually fix it and make it more like Windows 10, because Windows 10 was awesome. It was the tits. But I don't know. I think they just don't have the right headspace for whatever they're trying to do. And the whole like CEO switch over and all this, I just don't see how they have anything, any good can come out of that. I'm rooting for the Steam machine. That thing's probably sick. If they do a good job and price that thing well, I could see myself buying one and hooking it to my TV. Like, if I don't want to like get up and like go to my computer and, you know, set up a bunch of stuff, I can just sit there on my couch and play all my Steam games. Are you kidding me? That's freaking sweet, man. Because Steam is the only platform I really use. The only problem I see with the Steam machine is if you wanted to play, say, GTA 6 or anything on the Rockstar launcher, so like Red Dead or GTA 5, GTA 4, all that stuff. I don't know how that would exactly work, because Rockstar would actually have to work with Valve. No, Steam would never be installed on a PlayStation. They would make their own system with like Steam OS, which is like a form of Linux. If you have an extra old computer sitting around, it's like 10 years old, you should pull it out of the closet and install Steam OS on it. And that would give you a really good idea of what the Steam machine is going to do. Now, given the computer you install it on won't be able to run all the games that you may have, but you'll get an idea of like how the thing works, because there's two different like visual aspects to the thing. You have the Steam full screen mode, if you've ever seen that, with like the big picture mode is what they call it in Steam. So you have that, and then you have a desktop mode, which is like Linux built. So you would be able to install, say, Lutris or some other thing like that and play Windows games. So you could install maybe GTA 5 through Lutris, maybe? They're calling it the Steam machine still. There's an article somewhere. It's just a black box, like a cube. They just announced it. It might even be in Steam. If you open it and then you go to the store and then you go to hardware, they may list it in there. But they haven't told us how much it is and what exactly the specs inside that box are going to be. But they've said they're going to make it. So I don't know. I think that has way more room for player engagement and enjoyment over anything the Xbox or Microsoft could ever do in the gaming environment now. Steam has already made a console before. They made a Steam machine about 10 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago. I think if you can just go to the they have a Steam OS website that can take you through the operating system, and that would even give you a good idea of like what is going to be on it. I think it's brilliant. If they can find a way to get their version of Linux to cross over and play almost anything out of any other launcher through their Steam OS, there's nothing holding it back. And if they price the thing well, if they can get that thing under around $600 as like a base model, they will have PS6 beat, hands down. Because I tell you, I've got hundreds of games in Steam. I only have a couple on PlayStation Network. So, shit, if I can just put that little box behind my TV, and I'd be in heaven. Guinness, welcome to the chat. House chores. Are you wearing your apron? What are your thoughts on what we've been discussing today so far? The downfall of Xbox and the rise of the Steam machine? And the possibility of a Sony launcher on PC? All good things. Okay, but since you're a PC gamer, Kineas, if Valve comes out with this new Steam machine, just a little box you can set behind your TV, and it's logged into your Steam, and you can have it in big picture mode, or you can have a desktop on it so you can browse the internet and all sorts of crap. Do you see that as useful? Or would you always just want to go to your PC and play there? If you're just tuning in, appreciate you stopping by. We're talking all sorts of crap about consoles and PC stuff. And I did just tinker with my subscriber notifications. So if you're not subscribed, as a test, please hit that subscribe button. You don't have to stay subscribed if you don't want to, but I want to see if it works. Little thing should pop up with your name on it, with a thank you card and all sorts of little bloopy noise. Yeah, it's just a black cube. There's nothing fancy about the thing. It's literally the cube. But to run Steam in big picture mode on your TV, you can probably just hook a controller to it and have at it. So if you can't afford a computer, that's the next best thing, I think. They just have to price it well. I'm waiting for him to say how much it is. I'm hoping around $599 as like a base model. But at the same time, I hope they allow like upgrades. Like, oh, you can just put a bigger drive in it and upgrade the RAM that you're choosing, you know. I don't want it to be a sealed box that I can't modify in any way as far as like RAM amount or hard drive size. I think it's a good idea. They're really onto something. Shit, maybe I'll put it in my bedroom. Lay in bed and play my Steam games? Are you kidding me? Yeah, see, the specs make it sound expensive, but they can't sell it for $1,000. You know they won't sell for $1,000. Because if somebody had $1,000, they would just build a normal PC, I think. Right? Because you throw in another $200-300, you can have a good computer. I don't know why you would spend $1,000 on a Steam machine. But if they were $600, I see that as a steal. And plus, Valve basically makes all of their money through Steam and the revenue that goes through Steam, so they can actually, like Sony, they can lose on the console or the system and profit off of the game sales from the launcher built in it. That's her TV. That's she'd get mad at you. Yeah, Steam's awesome. Well, the price of PS5 has come down. I mean, you can walk into like a pawn shop and buy a PlayStation 5 for like $250 or $300 now. They're everywhere. But if you could walk into a store and spend $600, and have any of the game that's through the Steam store, that's essentially a computer. I don't know. The Pro, like if you walk into a pawn shop or like a secondhand store, you might be able to find a Pro for 380, 400, something like that maybe. It wouldn't be over 400, I don't think. Because if you can buy a base PlayStation 5 used for 250 to 280, something within that range, they can't go too much more for the Pro. €835. That's pricey. That's steep. I think the Pro... How much is the Pro in the US even? I haven't even looked. On their website, you can buy it brand new for $750. PlayStation Pro system from GameStop used $684. And I bet if you walked into a pawn shop to buy a PlayStation Pro, it's probably at most 500. It might have a few scratches on it or something, but I'm sure you could find one for that. I have like a local classifieds app where like people sell stuff. Let me see if there's anybody selling a PS5 Pro. $650. PS5 Pro sealed inbox $700. PS5 Pro $675, $700, $650, $650. Yeah, so like if Steam can price their Steam machine at 600, they could essentially price out the used market on PS5 Pro. Starting another flight, huh? Where are you flying to and from? And all that fun stuff. Phoenix to Houston again. Yeah, you do that one quite a bit, don't you? Hey, to whoever subscribed, I appreciate it. I did not get notified, but I appreciate it anyways. Much love. I am now at 1:30. Woo woo. I wish the notifications would work. I've tried putting them in there 2 different ways. I've even followed the Streamlabs tutorial to a T, and it just won't work. So I guess I will not worry about it. Maybe it will just start working one day. About another 20 minutes, 25, half hour at most before I come in for approach. Somewhere in that range, 20, 30 minutes. Oh, Kinius, you would be so proud of me. I'm sure you're still watching, but you probably got your apron on doing some dishes or something, but I flew a 747 earlier today. I got off the ground. Perfect, just fine. Got to a nice cruising altitude of 32,000 feet. I followed the flight plan right down to I forget what city, Santa Fe or something like that in Arizona or Mexico or somewhere down there. And I proceeded to turn the autopilot off, and I tried to manually land because I let the autopilot system bring my speed down. And as I came in for a landing, I crashed. So it's just like controlling the size and weight of that aircraft I need to work on. Hey, have a good night there, cobblers. Sleep well. Thanks for the happy birthday. Have a good night. Virtual tuck-in. I'm gonna be landing in some darkness, I think. I've always wanted to approach an airfield in the darkness. Now's my chance. Uh, 747, I haven't been in yet. I was in the 737. 737 Max or whatever it is. I even know where the fasten seatbelt and smoking switches are. Thanks to you, Prosperity. Good times. One problem that I'm gonna have right now is I need to have like some landing lights. Taxi lights. I'm gonna turn those on. Wing lights are on, nav lights are on. On, okay. Sweet. Beacon lights are on, strobe lights on. I think all my lights are on. I think I have, I found the buttons. Let me see. Yeah. Look at me all lit up. Let's go. Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Nice to have some congratulatory support for the crashing of the 737. Baby steps, you know? Sometimes you gotta crash to learn something. Gonna be my first landing in the dark. I hope it goes well. Thank you, Jack. Happy birthday to you. March birthdays are awesome because they mark the beginning of springtime. Longer days, warmer temperatures are coming. Always good. Thanks for dropping into chat. Good to have you here. stick around long enough, you might see my first nighttime landing. I could kill myself, or it could go awesome and flawless. Who knows? Oh, this... Yeah, I was gonna say, Prosperity, your birthday is coming up too. March babies are the best, aren't we? We're just the coolest. Us Pisceses. If you enjoy watching a noob learn to fly, please hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely helps me out. The algorithm and whatnot. Maybe he just stopped in to tell us it's his birthday too, and that's okay. Should have a nice, easy approach to this runway. A little nervous being dark out there, but I think it'll be okay. Tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. You got a nice holdover for GTA 6, don't you? My system's been sitting idle for a long time. Collecting dust in idle mode for a year. I bought it specifically for GTA 6, but then they've delayed the game frickin' twice, and so I don't know. We'll see. Better be worth the wait. I hope so, man. I hope so. But what I intend on doing is I have the I forget what they call this. The PlayStation Remote Play app on my computer. So what I wanted to do was stream it from my PlayStation to my computer and then back out to YouTube so I can have all the functionality of the good chat and all that stuff. But I don't know how well that will work. Because it's going to take bandwidth to stream it to my computer and then more bandwidth to stream it out. So, I'm apprehensive. Especially a game like GTA 6. Probably going to take a lot of bandwidth to stream that from the system to my computer. I know it works good just streaming and playing it on a computer. Works really well. I've done that a couple times, but I don't know about streaming it back out to YouTube from the computer. Big question mark. Even though I have excellent internet, I shouldn't have a problem, but anything's possible. What is that circle? I don't know what that is. That's not, it doesn't show up on this view. Weird. We're getting there. Yeah, it's gonna be a little different. I'm hoping for the best. Everybody was really worried when they announced GTA 5 and they were like, oh, there's gonna be 3 protagonists. There was like, well, how's that gonna work? You know, and everybody was really apprehensive. I'm kind of like viewing it like that. Like, okay, they're making some more changes. I'm feeling apprehensive, but I know, or I hope that it turns out kind of the same way, where it just works so well and is such a great game. I've played through the GTA 5 campaign probably like 4 or 5 times. It's so good. So fun. Yeah, I don't know what that circle is right there. That's weird. Maybe it's like a whole... Oh, it's gone. Oh, there it is. Weird. Maybe it's like a hold pattern circle. Who knows? It's a mystery. "16 times you've played through that. Wow. The first... Let's see, I played through it on PC. Well, first PS3. Probably 2 times. I played through it on PC at least 2 times. I've played through it on PS4 a couple times. That'd probably be about 6. And then I have it on PS5 and I played about halfway through it again. So maybe 6.5 I've played through it. But on PS3, PS4, and PC, I took the time to do like every mission, every side quest, collect all the collectible things, do all the side missions. So they were like all 100%. I thought about playing some more GTA 5 before 6 comes out, but I want to go on like a GTA hiatus, so I can get like drawn into the new one. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've done 100% on PS3, PS4, and PC. Not on PS5, even though I have it. The, what do they call it? Like the deluxe enhanced version or whatever on there. I'm gonna have to start flying a faster plane. 2 hours my ass. More like 2.5. I'm gonna bring this down just a tad. Hope you don't mind. There we go. That's probably for easier listening. You think they're gonna charge $100 or something crazy for GTA 6? I think it's gonna be at least 80. They're gonna break the price barrier. I don't think they'll quite hit 100, but they might. That's a silly picture in the Discord. That's great. You really think they're gonna have a deluxe version? Like, what could they add? I mean, because people play it unless they go, okay, if you just want the base game for 70 or probably $80 for just like the story mode. But if you want online too, then it's 100. Is that what you're saying? That they're gonna break it like that? Because you can already buy the GTA 5 online separately from the game. Well, they've never had like a deluxe or collector's edition. Well, they've had a collector's edition. When I pre-ordered GTA 5, you know, you would go pick it up at the game store and they would have like the box. There was like a key and like a zip bag that you could lock the game. There was something else in there. I can't remember, like a big map or something. I can't remember. I pre-ordered that. But if you were just buying a digital version, I could see them only having 2 different versions. Maybe one base game and then another base game plus online for 100. But we'll see. Yeah, me too. I'm super stoked about it. It should be pretty good. Should be. But as long as it doesn't have any woke stuff in it, I'll be fine. I think I'll gladly pay 80 for it and have a smile on my face. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to buy it on day one. I think I'm going to have to wait a week and see what people say. Like, if I see one review, like, oh, there's some weird woke thing right here, I'm like, oh, god damn it, you know? It would make good speed bumps, but then, you know, those rights groups would just bitch and moan and try and sue Rockstar and have the game pulled for discrimination and hate and all this stuff, and like I just don't want to have to hear it. I can drive down the sidewalk all day, you know. It doesn't matter who I run over. Wish I could get this plane to go a little faster, but yeah, I'm tapped out. 224. Bummer. I'm no longer going to believe the menu when it says, oh, this flight takes 2 hours and 20 minutes or whatever. Unless it says at this speed. Because they don't say that. They just say it's a 2-hour flight or a 2.5-hour flight or 3 hours. I want to know how they calculate that, because if you pick a plane, it should know its max speed and calculate the distance off of the max speed that the plane can go, but it doesn't seem to do that. Like somehow calculate an optimal flight time for the aircraft you're in. I don't know how they would do that. Like if you're at cruising altitude going max speed. I don't know how they would do that, but they gotta adjust something on there. Yeah, they gotta work something out there in the menu. Like, this is not a 2-hour flight in this plane. They lied to me. I've been live for exactly 2.5 hours, meaning I took off 2 hours and 25 minutes ago. So they're 25 minutes off automatically. And I'm still not there. I still have this stretch here to go. Should have a really easy approach though. Just one turn and boom. Ooh, spooky back there. Pretty dark. There are cabin lights. No. Floodlight, turn that up, man. Max that out. Turn that up. I want all the light. Give me all the lumens. Are you doing the same flight I'm doing? From New Orleans to Key West? Oh no, you're doing that. Phoenix to Dallas, right? Or Austin, or... Yeah, those are super bright now. Whew. There they are. Got the keys. Airport's in sight. Phoenix to Houston. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I just thought maybe for this game it'd be a good idea to move the chat from over here in this area to right here, because there's never really anything going on over here. At least people could see me do-dabbing the buttons and switches and whatnots a little easier if they were into seeing that stuff. Things are going to get exciting soon. You're just stopping by, I definitely appreciate it. stick around a bit longer and you might see me crash and die. If you enjoy watching a noob trying to figure out how to fly, please hit that subscribe and like button. Definitely helps me out. Helps the algorithm push me out. Oh boy, things are going to get exciting soon. I can see the light. Yeah, she's starting to... I'm gonna have to turn off autopilot here in a second. Switch to manual.
Engaging autopilot.
We've made it. Sort of. At least I can see the runway nice. Good. Relax, plane. Relax, everything's fine. You don't need to freak out. God. Come on now. Everything's fine. First night landing. Should be good.
Tower. Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Kilo is 1 mile west, -100, with Echo to land.
Beechcraft Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Kilo, Key West Tower. Altimeter 3009er. Enter left traffic.
Nice.
Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo. You are not clear to land. Clear the
Well, I didn't ask. I just landed. How about that? Why am I going backwards?
Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo. You are not clear to land. Clear the runway.
I'm going, relax.
Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo. Contact ground on 118.2.
118.2 for Beechcraft Golf Sierra Kilo.
Jeez. I forget this plane has Ah! No! No, stop. Stop. I forget it has pretty gnarly reverse thrusters. Not a fan of that. Anyway, I landed fine. That's good fun. I didn't die. I could have just died. I could have just ended up in the water right there, but that's fine. Good stuff. All right. Well, that's it for now. Appreciate everybody tuning in, hanging out with me. Flying to Key West for some drinky poos. If you haven't yet, hit that like, subscribe if you enjoy watching a noob learn to fly and crash planes all the time. Definitely helps me out. Until next time, I will see you.